Hello and welcome to the penultimate Wonderworld Minecraft video, and we're going to be starting with an interesting ride. So this was built by a YouTuber as well, but this is a better version of it. So I built it a while ago, but then I extended it. So it's a bee coaster built by Zone One and Only in his theme park series, although it is technically an amusement park. And this is basically that, but more realistic and a bit better, really. So it's got the drop track there with an actual building in it, and then it's got the switch track at the end, so it's a bit more realistic. And that is the bee coaster. It doesn't really have a name, just like a lot of the rides in this world. Next up, we've got Space Race, which is the Mobius. Again, Planet Coaster had a ride based on this, as in like one of my parks. Forest Towers, my second of the 3 parks, had a Space Race. And here it is now. We've got the minecart with chest, which means we can actually race another car. It's got a long queue line, this one, but I did build in like a separate exit, so we can just come out there. The station's based on the black hole at Alton Towers, but very basic. Now I can't remember which side wins, so I'm just going to go on here. Blue Planet. So it's still like this, where it's Earth versus Mars, like a Planet Coaster as well. And we won that one. And there we go. I do need to put this minecart with chest back in the thing now. I should have just picked one up from one of the other shulkers and just kept it with me the whole time, like from the Grand National right at the beginning. I should have just kept that minecart with chest, so I could have used it again. Because this minecart I've got here has been with me since the very beginning, like from the entrance of the world. Right, next up is a coaster called, well, it's a weird hybrid. So it starts off as a slow-moving dart ride, and then it becomes a coaster later on, and it is Dimension Traveller. Well, we need to switch the ride system on for this. And there we go, a very unique and weird concept, and it was only recently actually completed. It never used to have a facade, it was just a randomness of things, so it was had a building built around it, and now all the scenes are enclosed and it's complete. Next up is a weird one. So this was built based on a build that someone else did, and it is the Hetty and Henry Hoover Dark Ride. What it is, it's basically there was a YouTuber who built Blackpool Pleasure Beach but called it Bluepool Pleasure Beach, or it might not have even, it might have just been an adventure map maker. And they called it Bluepool Pleasure Beach, and instead of Wallace and Gromit they had a Henry Hoover ride. So what I've done is I've replicated that ride into this world. It's not, I don't think it's exactly the same though, but the scenes, the signs and things as well, like, tell you what's going on. I sort of guessed, I think, the signs, because I can't find that video with the POV of it on anymore. I mean, it's very dark. Yeah, it's very short. Obviously, the facade's based on Wallace and Gromit, but the ride's nowhere near as long. It does have the gift shop, though, which is in here. You can buy a cuddly version, what they had in the Great Yarmouth claw machine, and then you can get T-shirts. Who wants a Henry Hoover ride T-shirt? And then you got all the different Hoovers there. What a ride is that? Very, very unique. Right, now we've got one that I'm really looking forward to. So this is our working Vekoma Madhouse. How do you get a working Vekoma Madhouse? Well, you might be able to guess, but we'll see. So this is the control booth. It does have a window because this is so if you were playing with 2 players, you could have someone actually ride it. And at the moment, the Madhouse is actually it's the right way round the room. Obviously, because we're riding it individually, I've got to flick it on, not like that, flick it on here, and then the Madhouse will be already rotating when we walk in, but it's okay for what it is. We can still go through the walk-through areas, but I'm glad that it now works, because that Madhouse completely broke at one point. And you can notice, if you've seen the Christmas video, where we are in the amusement park as well, because we're next to the theatre, which we will be seeing a Chuck E. Cheese show in there. I might put it up as a separate one, I'm not sure. Thinking about it, I might actually put it up as a separate one. So here we go. The room's on fire. Now this is kind of based on, well, it was originally based on a walkthrough that, again, Sam's Trains did, called, it was, I can't remember, something Castle. But then the Madhouse, I gave it a refurbishment, because it used to just be like a trommel tunnel, and then I turned it into a proper Madhouse. And what it now does is it's based on The Haunting, so it actually has like the seats. So this is how it works. Very unique, but to be fair, it's not too bad. It kind of has the feel of a Madhouse. It's probably the best if you face this way, to be honest. Yeah, it's not perfect, but it doesn't work too badly, and it does feel like how a Madhouse kind of does if you face the right direction, at least. And the way you've got to switch it off is by lining it up. So you've got to switch it as the first floor tile is in front of that pink stained glass. That's all that pink glass is there for. So I've got to sort of crouch here to make sure I can view it properly. And it should work. Yeah, so that's how you line it up. You do have to be trained to control it, sort of. Yeah, that's the animatronic theatre. Of course, we've already seen all of this because of the Christmas videos. But I will put up a separate animatronic show video. But the next ride that we're going to be doing is the Miami Wave, which was this 2020? Oh, this was 2023 as well. But it is a functioning Miami Wave. It's quite fun. It's definitely my favourite flat ride here, just because no one else has I don't think anyone else has really done anything like this. It does feel weird because it's technically in the Christmas area and it doesn't fit in at all, though. And there we go. Again, you've got to line it up. You've got to press the lever before it gets to, just like one block before it gets to the point where it's supposed to end up, really. Now, as it's raining, it's perfect timing because we're going to be doing the Alice Cooper Rock and Roller Coaster because I thought Aerosmith wasn't very good, so I changed it to a much better singer. It was basically because, as well, I did see Alice Cooper live just before, well, I say just before I built this, it was about a year before I built this. But yeah, you'll notice the station's the same. And like I said, we did used to have an old Rock and Roller Coaster, but it was tiny. It's where the Colourful World is today, in the same show building. So this is a much bigger and better version of that ride. And here we go. Into the launch. Got a very weird storyline because the idea was it was like, because I went to see him in Birmingham, it was like you're driving through Birmingham in a taxi and you've got to get to the NEC Arena as quickly as possible. So you see, look at the library set piece, all these big landmarks. And here we are, and the audience seems to be an army of clones. But the set piece is it's a mini version of the set that was there when I saw Alice Cooper live in this arena. So yeah, they're all watching, and we've just arrived, we're here, we can get on stage, and that's actually where you exit through the stage. The only problem is, if you've noticed, if you know Birmingham, why do we get to the NEC, and then we pass the Rotunda? I don't really know what the thought in that design was, but that's how I built it in like 2019. It doesn't make any sense. But yeah, it's a good fun coaster at the end of the day. And next up we've got, almost, well, I'll say almost at the end of this video. We've still got a couple more things to do. Yeah, I did like a villager version. This is because I think it was like a mod where it turned villagers into an Alice Cooper look, so that's what the entrance to the ride was. And then it's of course got all the props like the set piece, the guitar and all that on the entrance. Next up we've got a very cool coaster with a unique feature. Now I'm not really sure what I'm going to wish for. This is Santa's Wishing Coaster, which used to just be the Wishing... Oh, I've gone in the exit. It used to be the Wishing Coaster. It was originally Santa's, then it used to change the main season to the... but now it's just permanently Santa's because it fits with the Christmas theme. So what you get is you get a gold bar. I'm not really sure what I'm going to type in to here. I mean... Let's just wish a good 2025 for all viewers and everyone else as well. So I'm just going to put that in there, and what happens is put wish in here, and off we go. So the coaster's quite average, but it's got some very smooth, swift turns on it. And again, cactus, because it's got a separate offload. And here we go, your wish will come true. We'll see about that. Hopefully this year's good for everyone. It's certainly going to be different, for me anyway. I think it probably will be for a lot of other people as well. For various reasons, but hopefully it's a good one. Especially after last year. I mean, if you want to watch my Land of Lights video from Warrington, it'll explain everything, what I'm talking about. Right, this is the snow globe. So this is also the Christmas area. This is based on my Lego snow globe I had. You press that button and it sets off a firework. And this is a note block song. So we'll put the mic under the speaker so you can hear it. And yeah, that is the next note block song, the last one actually. Although actually I'll probably do the one on the top of the theatre as well. Yeah, it was all out of tune before, and then recently I added this cover over it and tuned in all the note blocks so it sounds good. That's the only way I can describe it really. Over here is a bit of a weird one. It was just the way this was built, where it was. It doesn't fit into any of the... It's so far from the town centre that I just built it in the amusement park. But this is just the film studio. This could literally be used for anything. Here we've got the Star Wars set, which was for that awful little mini film that I made. But well, it's not terrible. The set's not bad, it's just the film was bad. This is like Yoda's little house it was supposed to be, and then like the Emperor trapping him in a little prison cell there. It does feel nice in here, to be honest. And then this is pretty cool. So you've got you can set fire to the bridge just up there, and then you can set off like an X-wing that bombs. So this is like one of the rooms in the Death Star, and you've got like the little truss up here, which obviously you'd lead to other rooms. And then you've got the big window there. It's fine for what it is. There's also this little fire pit, but try not to fall down it because you won't be able to get out. Yeah. Not a lot going on in there. Where most of it's at is the Doctor Who set, because that is when you come around here, and in all of these buildings. Now this is a set for a story known as The Underwater Menace, which is a second Doctor story. Before it was animated, I tried to actually replicate it in Minecraft. And what you can do is you can enter into the console room, shut the doors there, and time rotor moves. It's a bigger version of the one from the Doctor Who experience, but it has like the curtain wall and things that make it a bit more accurate, detailed. This is like one of the cave set pieces. Of course, it's just a fake TARDIS, like it was in the show. It's just the exterior. It's got like a cave backdrop. That's just one of the rooms you see later on. The glass is basically, there's like a smoke or fog effect over the the room. So what that is, it's that I sort of walk to the side and you get that smoke effect kind of going on in front of the screen. But when I animated it, I never animated the characters, so it always feels incomplete. You have got, this is like a green section. I think it was like, because I did put a black and white filter over it, so you can't see the colours. Oh, I can't see the colours. I just couldn't resist making that reference. Yeah, it's just, it's like in the black and white things when they used to use green to look like a grey or a white colour. And those holes were just to let light in, so you didn't have to have like loads of torches. This is a cool effect, it's a lift. So it basically feels like you're lowering down into the caves at the beginning of the episode. It's still a pretty decent effect, to be fair. It works similar to the Madhouse, actually, and some of the things I did in Planet Coaster. So it feels like you're going down into Atlantis. Through here, there's just more rooms. So, well, this is all open. There's just a bit of scaffolding. There's like a corridor there. Again, these doors just lead to there. And that just leads out and towards the back section. This room is just a little seating area. I think some of these rooms were just seen like a clip of the episode. This is the big open space at the back. This is quite an iconic room. You got like the big face on the wall. Really, that should lead through to there. Yeah, it's got the big face and the table, the candles and everything. This is quite a well-used room in this episode. And this is like a dining room. I think you do see it briefly. Yeah, it's just got more tables and things. And then in here, I can't remember what this was, but it's like I think it's like maybe a bit of a corridor, or, I mean, that's probably a vent. I can't remember because it's just the wall pattern. I use furnaces because they kind of work for the patterns of the walls in the episode. But yeah, it's just like a little empty room with like some funky wall patterns, really. Of course, yeah, I did all the exterior in wood, so it looks like a temporary fake film set. But of course, it is all in here to enjoy permanently. But yeah, that is it. It's an interesting little build, that one. It's very unique. It should be in the town centre, but it's just the fact that I built all this before, and it was just easier to build all the shell around it, rather than trying to replicate all of that again in the town centre, really. Next up, we've got the penultimate attraction of this video, Muppets Live. This is an animatronic show. It's got some cool theming, like the balconies up there. What you do is you walk all the way to the end, flip the lever there. That seat's upside down, I've just realised. Yeah, what you do is you just watch the animatronics perform. Although sometimes they do glitch out because there's a lot of things moving all at once. Yeah, it's quite. I do like the theming in there. It's a building that as well feels a lot bigger on the inside as well. There's quite a few buildings that are like that. And that is Muppets Live, and of course the exterior is based on Muppet Vision. Which is becoming Monsters Inc., but the exterior is still going to look the same. And this is the final ride of this video, which is Doctor Who TARDIS Flight, and this is based on the 13th Doctor's era of Doctor Who. It was massively refurbished recently. This is the thing that's based on Crush's coaster. Yeah, it was massively refurbished, so it's got like First Doctor console in there, and a little screen with some visuals on it. What we have to do, actually, to switch it on, you have to go at the exit. It's a little bit awkward because it has a slow-moving lift hill, and it's the only ride to actually have that in this world. So what you have to do is walk like through the indoor coaster section. I'm going to try and avoid spoilering. Jump up there. And then, yeah, this is basically an exit in the side of the building. yeah, just skip over there. This one's got a separate exit, just like Space Race. Yeah, you come through here, into here, and this is where you've got the second lever, and then you'll see what all this is afterwards. So, onto the ride system, and off we go. So yeah, it was refurbished, so it's now got all the cool landscaping and the dark ride scenes that used to be all in one room. And there we go, TARDIS Flight, which again was an inspiration for a ride that I did in Planet Coaster in Wonder Valley. So you'll see a lot of the rides in here. Wonder Valley, Forest Towers and Enchanted Kingdom had rides from both Minecraft and Roblox that I'd built. And yet that is it for this fourth Wonderworld video, and it means we've only got one more Wonderworld video left. Well, two actually, because I'm going to put that Chuck E. Cheese show. And then I'm going to put one more Wonderworld one, and at the end of that Wonderworld one, I've decided I'm just going to do it at the end of that Wonderworld one. I'm going to leave the park, jump on the Sky Railway, which is part of the cable car station above the Minecraft experience, and we're going to fly over the world, get some great views of the amusement park and the town centre, and back to the spawn point.